Today on People Now, Kanye West opens up about Kim K's visit to the White House. What worried Ye the most?
Why did Rascal Flatts suddenly end a concert on Thursday night? We'll tell you what we've learned.
Tommy Hilfiger is embedding Bluetooth chips in his new clothes. Good or bad? We'll discuss.
Would you like to know life-changing exercise for better sex? Hilaria Baldwin has you covered.
You're writing that down. And People's Sexiest Teacher is here with details about his new campaign.
Woo, it's all today on People Now.
Well, how are we feeling, guys? Happy
Really
Friday.
good.
Yes. Welcome to People Now. As if the end to a long week isn't reason enough to celebrate already, we've got some other exciting news.
Oh, it is Kylie Jenner's birthday.
Oh, hey, let's hear it, crew. You ready? That's right.
Delayed, we'll take it. The star threw down with the fam at what looked like an epic party last night, which we'll cover a little later. But for now, we want to know, what is your favorite Kylie Jenner gift?
There are lots of gifts out there, it
There
turns
are.
out. Search them, find them, tweet us your favorite Kylie gift with the hashtag #PeopleNow. You may even see it in the show, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Watch.
Were you ever concerned about her being alone in the Oval Office with President Trump?
Well, he is a player. Been very real on Jimmy Kimmel Live Thursday night when asked about his wife Kim Kardashian's visit to the White House back in May. Now, Kim was there to meet with the president to discuss a pardon for a great-grandmother who was given a life sentence for a first-time drug offense. It turns out Ye was a little worried Trump might make a move, according to what he said there. The rapper went on to address his controversial support of the president, saying he won't allow himself to be bullied into supporting a particular political party or candidate, also admitting that the act of wearing his Make America Great Again hat symbolized, quote, overcoming fear and doing what you felt no matter what anybody said. At one point in the interview, Kimmel challenged Kanye on his support for Trump in light of the rapper's famous stand against former President George W. Bush after Hurricane Katrina, but the host was met with silence and then quickly threw to a commercial break. Now, the rapper's mood shifted gears later when Kimmel asked about his three kids, North, Saint, and Chicago. And finally, when Kimmel asked whether his views of women changed since he welcomed a daughter into the world, Kanye replied, and here's his quote, "Nah," and then went on to talk about his favorite categories of pornography. So there you have it. All right, on to this. Rascal Flatts had to abruptly end a concert on Thursday night in Noblesville, Indiana, and is yet to address why it happened. Concert goers were disappointed after the trio left the stage and then failed to return to give an encore, even though they had 15 minutes left before their 11 p.m. curfew. Now, some fans on Twitter were upset that the band hadn't played a few of their classic hits like Life is a Highway or Bless the Broken Road before ending their set. Fans at the concert posted on Twitter that the piano player returned to the stage, started playing, then quickly stopped and left the stage. The lights in the venue were then turned on and security started asking people to leave. Now, the band posted on their Twitter account on Friday morning saying, quote, Indianapolis, due to a security concern at the show last night, standard procedures were quickly executed and everyone was able to safely leave the building. They went on to say, the safety of our fans, band, and crew is always the top priority for us, so we are so thankful for everyone who jumped into action and for your understanding. We will be back soon. That's their statement. We'll keep you posted if we find out anything else on People.com. Tommy Hilfiger is taking his clothes to a whole new level with his Explore collection. That's the name of it. Last month, Tommy Jeans unveiled smart chip technology, enhanced products that offer the person wearing them rewards and experiences just for putting on their clothes. Here's the breakdown. Each item in the 23-piece collection, which includes denim, sweatshirts, even a fanny pack, is embedded with a Bluetooth smart tag and connects to an app. And then points are awarded based on how often the clothes are worn. So what can your blue jeans get you? Well, according to Women's Wear Daily, the rewards include concert tickets from Live Nation, tickets to a fashion show, even cash donations to charity. And yes, they are machine washable, so you can rack up the points. You don't have to offend your friends by not washing them and smelling bad. All right, in 2015, amateur fossil enthusiast Phil Mullally stumbled upon a pair of shark teeth that scientists have just confirmed to be about 25 million years old. The teeth that were found are 7 centimeters long and are believed to have once belonged to an extinct species of megatoothed shark, the great jagged narrow-toothed shark. That sounds very scary. They grow up to 9 meters long, which is double the size of a great white shark. Now it sounds even more scary. A paleontologist at a museum in Australia where the fossil fuels were discovered says that this is one of the rarest finds in history, as there have only been 3 sets of fossils of this kind found on the planet in the 200 years that people have been looking for fossils.
That's really cool.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's a whole different world. Just dig
Literally
for fossils.
was. Someone found them.
I'm saying it's a different world of people that look for fossils.
Yeah, that are out there
cool.
doing it, and that it would be such a rare find. It's incredible. So we'll keep you posted on that as well on
Yeah.
people.com. But now you've got more for us in
Yes,
Star
we
Trek.
are kicking off Star Treks with a 21st birthday party fit for a billionaire. Take a look at this.
And I just want to say that watching her grow up and give birth to baby Stormy and
Kylie Jenner did it big for her 21st birthday party, just like a Kar Jenner knows how. The beauty mogul rang in the big day with an over-the-top pink-themed Barbie birthday party in Los Angeles with even more wow-worthy outfits. The entire Kar Jenner clan, Khloe, Kourtney, Kendall, and of course Kim, showed up to the bash, all of them fitting perfectly into the glitzy, colorful Barbie doll theme. Though the birthday girl stole the show with not one, but two outfits. She kicked off the night with a long-sleeve magenta dress and then slipped into a pink sequin strapless unitard, looking hot. Kylie's dad, Caitlyn Jenner, even made an appearance rocking a knee-length patterned sequin dress. The party happened at the Delilah nightclub in a room completely transformed with everything pink, from the draping, fringe, furniture, and even pink light bulbs. Party favors included pink Jell-O shots and branded solo cups with titles Single, Taken, and Complicated. And yeah, that's amazing. And yes, they even had a pink ball pit. Kim documented the entire night and spent a whole lot of time in that pit with Khloe. Kim also spent some time with rapper Nicki Minaj, who made an appearance. The two took some epic selfies together, showing off those famous figures. And what's a party without a cake? Kylie's best friend Jordan Woods Instagrammed this hilarious Barbie birthday cake. The Barbie even matched Kylie's second outfit. Very, very impressive. I wish I could have a party like that, maybe someday. I think it's safe to say the Kar Jenners really outdid themselves with this one. And speaking of the Kar Jenner fam, in an interview on Big Boy's neighborhood show on LA's Real 92.3 radio station, Kim recently opened up about how she needed to hide her engagement ring that she got from ex-husband Kris Humphries when she was around Kanye West. So long before Kim and Kanye became an item, the rapper confessed his love for her in his song Theraflu, saying in part, "I admit I fell in love with Kim around the same time she fell in love with him." Yikes. Kim continued the radio interview, revealing how she ended up sitting at the same table as Kanye at the Soho House one night after an award show. She said, quote, "So I am talking with my ring, and I talk with my hands a lot, so I am talking, and I just see him looking at my ring, and his face would get so heartbroken. So I sat on my hand for the rest of the dinner and spoke like this with one hand." Kim went on to clear up that she and Kanye did not start talking until after her breakup with Kris Humphries, but the encounter with her future husband helped her reevaluate her current relationship at the time. All in all, seems that everything has come full circle in this Kardashian-West love story. All right, guys, before we officially slide into the weekend, here's a recap of this week's Star Treks moments that you need to know, plus exciting new roles for some of our favorite big screen stars. Take a look. Beyonce is embracing her curves on Vogue's September cover and getting real about her post-baby bod.
Beyonce was 218 pounds when she gave birth to Rumi and Sir, and she says she still has fuller arms and thighs and even a quote-unquote mommy pouch.
And she's in no rush to trade in that mommy pouch for a six-pack just yet.
Beyonce says it was crazy she put so much pressure on herself with Blue Ivy. She lost all the baby weight in just 3 months.
But when she does want the abs to make a comeback,
she says she will go into absolute beast mode and just work her butt off until it happens.
Don't think that'll be too much of a problem for the queen. After all, who runs the world?
Rob Kardashian's little girl is growing up so fast.
You can say that again. The proud papa shared photos of 20-month-old Dream for the first time in 11 weeks.
So Rob posted the photos to Twitter, and one of them has her outside. She has these cute little pigtails and this adorable dress. And the other one was inside. She's wearing this head-to-toe pink outfit with a little bow in her hair.
Quite the fashionista, and already so big. Keep up with those pics, Rob. Okay, am I seeing double? 50-year-old Christy Brinkley and 20-year-old daughter Sailor were totally twinning this week in the Hamptons.
This is crazy.
Even crazier, they're not the only ones. From Cindy and Kaya, to Ava and Reese, Meryl and Mamie, and even Gwen and Apple. Check out that Instaficial resemblance. Looks like these lucky ladies all got it from their mamas.
In the ring, you got rules. Outside, we got nothing.
And nothing's stopping Rocky from going back to his roots. The first official photos for Creed 2 have been released, and it looks like Sylvester Stallone is showing Michael B. Jordan the ropes.
Taught the old dog new tricks.
The sequel is set to hit theaters November 21st.
It may not seem like it now, but
This is more than just a fight.
Margot, is that you? The A-list star is the spitting image of Sharon Tate in Quentin Tarantino's new film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Margot Robbie posted his first look on Instagram. She's rocking a 60s look. She has a black turtleneck, white go-go boots, blonde hair. She really, really looks the part.
Looking extra groovy. And she's in pretty great company, too. Recognize her famous co-stars?
Margot will star in this movie alongside Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Brad and Leo and Margot, oh my. I think we officially found the Hollywood Dream Team.
All right, stay with us, guys. Miss America chairwoman Gretchen Carlson opens up about the reaction to losing the swimsuit portion of the competition. Plus, People's Sexiest Teacher Live is joining us live, revealing how he gets his students' attention. And no, it isn't his looks, guys. He's got a lot going on. Stick around for that.
All right, everyone, it is Friday. It's Kylie Jenner's birthday. A lot of exciting things going on. We've been asking you to tweet us your favorite Kylie Jenner gifts in celebration of her special day, so let's take a look at your responses.
Here we go. Sexy, angry eating is a mood.
It's a mood. Just shade.
That girl can say 1,000 words with her eyes, right?
Selfie. Also, I love Kylie's green-blue hair face. Oh, yeah, she did have green hair for a while.
I want a birthday party like Kylie Jenner. Me too.
I mean, that was honestly ridiculous.
It's so over the top.
It's so over the top.
In such a great way.
I like the ball pit of all the pink balls. It sounds amazing. Well, we'll be back for more Kylie Jenner gifts. Keep sending them in. But for now, take a look at this.
We're not saying that we're not celebrating the beauty of women or the glam side of women, but what we're saying is we want them to have a choice of what evening wear they want to come out in, what makes them feel most self-confident. And by the way, we're going to actually judge on what they say during that phase of competition, because we want to hear what their social impact initiatives are and how they want to make a difference as they grow into their adulthood.
That's Gretchen Carlson, the former Fox News host who is now the chairwoman of the Miss America board, and by the way, who won Miss America in 1989. She's talking to us about the reaction to the upcoming changes to the Miss America competition, specifically the evening wear segment and the elimination of the swimsuit portion of the show. More on that as the event gets closer.
So in 2016, Gretchen reached a $20 million settlement in her sexual harassment lawsuit against former Fox News chairman Roger Ailes. She was one of the original whistleblowers against workplace sexual harassment in what became the Me Too movement across the country.
Now, Gretchen talked to us about her new perspective and what comes next.
When I jumped off the cliff by myself 2 years ago, I could have never expected that we'd be at this point in time, what I characterize as a cultural revolution. I mean, I had no idea what was going to happen the next minute, much less the next hour or the next day. The idea that my actions may have given courage to so many other women to step forward, and men, and say, me too, is so gratifying to me on a daily basis, because I realize now that my actions have given courage to so many more. As far as what the final tipping point may be, there's still a lot of work to do. And one of the biggest things, besides changing laws and making sure we raise our children with gender equity, is that we really need men to help us. Most men want safe work environments for women, so it's the random jerks we got to get rid of. But we also need to encourage men to stop being bystanders.
And Gretchen Carlson's story has sparked multiple movie projects. Nicole Kidman is reportedly in talks to play her in one film, and Gretchen reacts to that news. Take a look.
Nicole Kidman's about 6 foot. Last time I checked, I'm 5'3". So if I happen to be on the red carpet with her, I'm going to have to probably wear really, really, really high heels. But the thing is, based on my resolution, I can't have any part in any of the movies or storylines being told about me. I think there are 4 productions in the works actually right now. So I just hope for accuracy.
Yeah.
You know, I just hope that they really get the story correct about what really happened, because I really can't take part in any of it.
Bring the legs up, separate them a little bit. You can keep the knees a little bit bent if you need. Take the hands behind the head, lift the chest up, and then you're going to bring the tailbone off the floor. Gently lower everything down.
Well, guys, Hilaria Baldwin's daily workouts are not just about getting her post-baby body in shape. She's also getting her love life in order.
Yeah, her latest Instagram video is of a lower ab and pelvic floor workout that she says everyone must do. She calls it life-changing and promises it'll help with bladder control, more stamina, easier childbirth and recovery, and oh yeah, better sex.
I mean, I guess I can see it. Why, anyway. In the clip, Hilaria walks followers through the exercise several times. She explains that it's important to raise and lower with control, squeeze your abs while you're doing it for maximum effect. Are you writing this down?
The 34-year-old yoga instructor welcomed her 4th child, a son named Romeo, with husband Alec Baldwin in May.
Yeah, since then, she's shared a bunch of post-pregnancy workouts to inspire her followers. She's been candid about her postpartum journey, sharing plenty of pics of her post-baby bod as well.
She looks great while she does it. The couple shares 4 kids, sons Romeo, Leonardo, Raphael, and daughter Carmen. But according to Hilaria, this may not be the last time she has to do these postpartum exercises.
Yeah, she told the Today Show in July that 5-year-old Carmen is really pushing for a little sister, and that both she and Alec think it's, quote, very possible.
All right, well, time will tell. And in the meantime, we'll be working on our pelvic floors.
Well, guys, imagine getting your book reviewed by one of the most famous comedy writers in Hollywood, Larry David. It's a big deal, and that's just what happened to author Roy Sekoff. He got the stamp of approval for his new book, Lack Self-Control, True Stories I Waited Until My Parents Died to Tell. It's all in typical Larry David humor. Listen to the story.
I don't want to put down the day my children were born or the day of my wedding, but that might have been the happiest day of my life.
That's incredible.
You know, I didn't know him super well, but he was a blogger for HuffPost, and so we had dealt each other, and he was also a dad at my kid's school. So we crossed paths occasionally. So I reached out to him and asked him if he would do, you know, a blurb, and he said,
Of course it is. Just, yeah, pure Larry David.
Okay, good. Maybe at least I didn't get a no.
Right.
And so I sent him the book, and then he wrote me back with, I've read worse. And I ran out, and I said to my wife, honey, it's over. I'm so happy. I've got the cover blurb.
And it sets the tone perfectly. I wonder if, did Larry David secretly think, oh, he'll never use this?
Yeah, maybe, but you know what I thought? If Larry David said, such a laugh riot, you'd go, bull.
Yeah, right.
You know, Larry David wouldn't say that.
This says it without saying it. Mwah. Amazing. And Roy told me how he came about choosing the title of the book. Watch this.
You know, my parents have both died within the last 5 years. And one of the things that's really struck me and made me feel very good is how present in my life they are. You know what I mean? I'm not a believer in the afterlife, but they're there every day. Every day, something that my father said rings in my head, or a laugh, you know, and it's become shorthand in my family. You know, my dad was always great. If you said something that he didn't agree with, he'd go, what are you talking about? So very often I find myself, if my kids say something like, what are you talking about? You know,
just kind of living through
they're very much in there. That's what I really tried to do with the book. When I didn't really have a goal. I didn't say, I'm going to write a specific book and it's going to be like this. And I didn't know what. I just thought, let me just start writing. And one of the things I said was, I'm going to try to be as funny as I'm capable of being, and I'm going to be as honest as I'm capable of being.
Well,
and those two marching orders are really what led me through the book.
Tell me what you've learned about self-control over the years. This is lack self-control. You said that even the mistakes have made you into the man you are today. And I'm not, again, not trying to get all serious.
No, I'm with you.
Like, what have you learned about self-control?
No, very much so. So the reason that I called the book Lack Self-Control is because as I was writing the book, I found a trove of report cards that my mother had kept from kindergarten through 6th grade. Every single year, Roy lacks self-control. Roy could use a little bit more self-control.
Early on.
I'm talking from kindergarten through 6th grade, every single grading period. So, and at first, that was sort of like a scarlet letter. I was embarrassed, you know, at the time when I would take the card home to my dad. You know, Roy needs to shut up, right? But as I got older, I realized that what that came to mean to me was not living your life in between the lines, not being so rigid, being willing to, you know, speak out, to say the things that are on your mind. And like, you know, I like to be funny, and I found myself sort of in a corporate job at one point, and I realized, you know, before I take that job, I'm gonna promise myself I'm never gonna not say the funny line that comes into my head.
My students think that they've been selected to vote on new school policies. The class Congress is made up of 80% girls, which is the complete opposite of how women are represented in the U.S. Congress. So first policy, all girls get a 21% discount on all school-related items, lunch, school dues, tickets, events, and prom. All right? Does anyone know why that probably does make sense?
Because girls spend a lot on prom.
Girls spend a lot on prom, they do. Girls make less, and girls actually have more expenses. Those in favor, please raise your hands.
Look at that. Nicholas Ferroni isn't just a history teacher helping his students learn through viral videos, but yes, he's also been dubbed people's sexiest teacher alive. It's a thing. He's joining us now. Thanks for being here.
The heavy is the head that wears the crown. Right?
How are you?
I'm good. I survived another school year and getting ready for another one.
Yeah.
Nice.
So here we go. Let's dive into this. You've been creating these videos for about a year. You use real life examples to teach the students about the subjects. Basically, there's some pranks involved. There's some different things like that. How did you come up with these videos and the ideas?
When I was in college, I saw this experiment by Jane Elliott. It was called the brown-eyed, blue-eyed experiment. If you've never seen it, it's the most powerful thing in the world, teach about racism and segregation. And I said, when I become a teacher, I'm going to try to use, again, experience is the best way to learn. So I'm going to try to find historical and topical ways to teach teenagers and engage them into lessons.
And you come up with the pranks yourself?
Yes, I've been doing them for a few years, but I decided to start recording because I felt like other teachers could use them. And when you see it in practice, it's a lot more effective.
And
Are you ever surprised by the students' response to the pranks?
I am. You go in expecting a certain response, but there are times where things don't work out the way you do, or it actually lands harder and more personal when it does really affect them.
And also, it's the kind of thing kids are never going to forget that, right? It's
Yeah.
such an object lesson, such a moment of like real experience that they will remember that forever. Let's talk about this. You were People Magazine's Sexiest Teacher Live in 2014. We mentioned it. It seems like the buzz, though, it hasn't slowed down for you. You just featured in Muscle and Fitness magazine. Here we go.
Wow.
But not just any photographer behind the shoot. You were actually able to call up an old student. How'd that whole thing work out? What's the story?
Most teachers, I'll exploit myself, even the sexiest teacher title, to help my students. So when Muscle and Fitness wanted to do a feature on me, I said, I'll do it if I can pick the photographer. So I had a student in college who's a photographer. He's really good. I let him do it. They love the photos, and now he's 21 years old. He has his first published photos in a national publication.
Really great.
I'll take off my shirt for my students.
No, that's great. That's really awesome. You're able to do that.
Are you ever recognized by people as the sexiest teacher alive? Does that ever happen?
I mean, it does on occasion.
Yeah.
And people are like, you look so familiar. But at the same time, it's like teachers notice it more than anybody else.
I was going to say parent-teacher conferences seem like the place it would really come up.
I've had parent-teacher conferences for kids I didn't have in class, which is always interesting.
Just like, let's sit down. I got a few questions.
Well, whether we want to admit it or not, summer is almost over. But, you know, it's even worse for kids who have to go back to school who maybe don't like school. So what are some tips for, tips or advice for teachers, for students or their parents who are kind of worried and have that anxiety about going back to school?
Well, I hate to say it now, but when we were kids, we could keep our world separated. Now with email, texting, you're connected with your kids' teachers all the time. My first suggestion and tip would be to reach out to the teacher, especially if there's stuff going on at home. We care about the kids too. We see them as our kids.
Yeah.
We refer to them as my kids. So if there's stuff going on at home, let us know if they're anxious, dealing with depression, if they're going through a divorce, if there was a loss. Let us know that going in so that way we can be aware of that and notice any behavioral changes.
Yeah, you can kind of tailor the whole thing. Really quickly, you're launching a campaign to make sure students receive recognition they deserve. Tell us quickly about that.
We're doing a campaign, My Students Are My Kids, and the premise is to celebrate students, encourage them, but also focus on their mental health and their emotional stability, which is more important now than ever before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, amazing.
Such good work. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And you guys, make sure to follow Nicholas on Instagram at Nicholas Ferroni for updates on My Students, My Kids, and more. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.
Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.